There we go. All right, there it is. There it is. Uh-oh. Caught myself trying to pull a CJ move. What is going on? It's called the CJ effect. CJ trying these different angles. I'm gonna see how this is gonna work. We're gonna take this one off right here for right now. But what it do, what it does, what it is, what it was, YouTube. Your boy Bravolini is here to give a recap of my 1 week post 20-day water fast. Yo, it's been amazing. I can't even lie. So what I was gonna jump on today, I'm gonna make this one. This one won't even be long, you heard me. It's I'm tired. It's been the blessings been rolling in. I'm like extremely exhausted, but we got to get this done. You feel? Because if you ever got into fasting before, you may have heard about the refeeding syndrome, right? And if you don't know what refeeding syndrome is, you got a definition. It's a metabolic response that can occur when a person has been fasting, such as myself, for an extended period of time and suddenly consume food. And these type of foods are foods that are high are carbohydrates that can throw your electrolytes out of whack, right? Throw it out of imbalance, and then you have a sudden surge in insulin, leading to the phosphorus, potassium, and magnesium fluctuating, and can result in severe complications like heart failure. I know it didn't happen to me because I'm still here. Respiratory failure and neurological issues, right? But I'm fine, right? I teach my clients and other people how to properly break their fast. I actually had some pumpkin soup tonight. Kiki made some, and it was amazing. It was amazing. All right. But going through this fast, I would say I had the question keep coming up. What if you experience spiritual refeeding syndrome? And I was like, okay, I had to sit down and ponder on that. So when you go into these extended fasts, I would say after 8 days, something changes. Something happens to you. I don't whether you're trying to or not. Maybe my intentions behind it was the reason why this has been occurring. But after my 15-day fast, if y'all go to my other videos, I'll drop the link for day 16. If you go to the playlist and look at day 16's video, well, I would say day 17 because it happened the night of day 16, and I talked about it on day 17, how my life literally hit a 180, like a real 180. Like, but if you looked at all the lives, you can actually see me transitioning from day 17, 18, 19, and 20. And I had a lot of symbolic things occur from it, such as the door getting locked on us and a chapter of my life being closed, right? Seeing it like that, how we can be have inconveniences occur in our lives and we get frustrated, disturbed by it. But I've been able to become aware that those inconveniences are actually blessings for you to be aware of what's going to happen as you go out into the real world. You're going to have experiences that's going to inconvenience you. And if you are not aware, it can lead you to being unproductive, right? Like not getting towards the goal that you set out to achieve. So, spiritual refeeding syndrome. Like now, there's some notes that I made, right? It's not a real term. Like this is something that I just been pondering on, journaling about. You feel me? But we apply the same principles like the refeeding syndrome and put it into the spiritual world. This is kind of what it'll look like, right? So after a period of deep fasting, isolation, intense spiritual elevation, integrating back into your everyday life can be troublesome. I wouldn't say it was troublesome for me because I was expecting it and I was aware of it. And I was so easily uh, adaptive to what occurred to me, right? Like changing my life like that, like with a belief system, right? And so you may feel disconnected from people because you are trying to adapt back to this. The night of the 20-day fast, I said, man, are you really ready to take on this journey? Because right now, this is when it really starts. The real journey starts after the fast, when you come back to reality. Because when you just sitting there in a fast, you're like, man, I'm kicking it with God. I'm chilling. I ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm cooling. And when you come back, You have those ideas that I really have to, can I apply this to my everyday life? How will people react to me being different? What up, CJ, bro? Um, and like the mindset you have, can you really muster up the strength and the energy to move forward with the task that God has placed upon you? For me, I was like, I'm ready. You heard me? I'm all in on it. But I received so many blessings within a 7-day period for my business to be living evidence of God saying, if you take on this journey, we'll provide everything for you. God was like, hey, you read the Bible, you're gonna know everything will be provided for you. So it started me off in Matthews. As I'm reading, I'm learning that okay, why was it easy for me to get through the fast? Because Matthew 4:4, man survive on don't have to survive on bread alone, but on the word of the Lord. So I'm like, oh, I was full the whole time during the fast. And then as it goes on, I go out, take a breather, see the guys, my body adapting to consuming food again. But I was drawing people to me. Like I said, God, give me the wisdom to be the man you created me to be that's pleasing to you and serves the people you put on this earth for me to serve. I was literally running into people, getting these financial blessings, getting these clients, these high ticket clients for my business. And it was showing me that, hey, I'm going to provide for you to make you the king of your thing, but I want to pull you away from things that's distracting you from where I want you to go. And so as I'm becoming aware of the distractions that's around me and to not fall victim to the stress, the troubles that we have. And when I realized that, understanding that how we see faith, everybody like, oh, I got all the faith in the world. I got faith that God will look out for me. But it's a lie. We be lying to ourselves. Because when God shows you things, when God gives you faith, these are evidence that appear that shows up for you. Because it says the noun faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. So when you see these evidence, the living evidence of the things that you hope for coming to realization, that's your faith that you've been given. But so often we forget about those times when hardships come. And so when you don't remember about the evidence that God has given you, it's easy to fall victim to it. And so what your eyes do, they deceive you. The enemy plays with your sight. When you don't see the outcome that you want, you're like, oh, it's not working out in my favor. So I'm doubting myself. People not believing in me, like things not working out, my business not booming. I'm not trusting what I'm seeing. That's the false evidence appearing real. That's what the enemy wants you to see. Because if you doubt with your eyes, you can't hear God's voice. The amazing thing for me about fasting, God's voice is so clear. I mean, like having the conversation that I'm having right now is as clear as that. And so, I mean, out of a fast, I've had so many questions, and I'm like, okay, can I do this? Can I alter my life around and lead my family depending solely on what God said? Woo-hoo. I had to call God bluff and I say, I'm gonna just do it. And if it happens, I'm gonna trust you. God brought me the scripture, was like, I'm gonna provide you with your daily bread. Like the bird don't sow no seeds, the birds don't reap no harvest, the bird don't do nothing. But I take care of the bird. And you more important than the bird. So these are things that have been sticking with me because if I believe one thing out the Bible, I gotta believe everything else. It's a must that I believe everything else. And so I put it into action. Like a lot of things about the Bible that I learned prior to ever reading it myself was that people just pulling out scriptures and just tying to their situation, but not giving any context. And this is why I disliked it. And so because I was confused by it. So now that I actually start out to seek understanding for myself and get context, I'm like, yo, this makes a lot of sense. And one thing I love about reading the Bible now is because that it has so many if-then statements. And I'm like the type of person that likes to like challenge what I read. Like I challenged Kiki when she moved to Panama. I said, hey, you should move here. She said, yeah, I'll move here. So I called her bluff. She ended up calling my bluff. And now look, we got a whole family out here. And so I was like, all right, God, you said if I do this, and do this, you said I'll have this. And no lie. Flo, I'm gonna just sum it up. Close two in a 6 hour span, closed two high ticket clients on Saturday, end up closing another one 2 days later. And I was like, yo, It's just like this stuff really happening. And so when I'm thinking about getting back into the rhythm, can I still be confident when I step out into the world and a week then passed? It's only been 7 days since I ended the fast, and I've been riding the wave of the high from the fast. Confidence, faith, all through. I mean, I'm boasting, I'm bold. I'm like, oh, I wish somebody would tell me something about the Lord. I'm about to come at them. I'm like, they started coming at me. But the they is not people, is not, we call it the enemy in a sense because it's situations. Because the one thing I've learned that the enemy don't even come at you by ways that you expect, come at ways by putting doubt in people that you care about, putting fear into their hearts. And if they have fear and doubt, it puts that weight on you because you're like, yo, just trust, you feel me? And so I've been asking for wisdom. And I believe the best way to go through life is just always ask for wisdom because it's going to be hard times. But I promise you, hard times going to lighten up. So it's been put on me, right? By my boy CJ in the comments, you heard me. And the Lord. Then I gotta, I do my fitness on the YouTube every now and then, but I have to be more consistent. So every day, every week, I gotta jump on here and talk about what I've been learning. Read through Matthews. About to wrap that up. And I was like, ain't nobody trying to hear no dude fasting talk about him trying to build a relationship with Jesus. So I was like, Lord, all right, you want me to do this? I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. So today is basically my post of like coming into this space as a new person, renewed in a sense, right? Been refined through the fasting and made new in a sense. And what I'm looking forward to is how family, friends, people of my past adapt to this. I won't even call it alter ego, but this different version of myself, right? And but the whole thing about it is, I just really want to honestly get around some brothers because I kind of want to do this discipleship thing. You heard me? So I've been learning about this. Kiki called me some type of apostle, right? I don't know what none of this stuff means. Like I don't get none of this stuff. So I'm just learning on a whim. So I looked it up and I don't have it in front of me in my notes. I actually just have the notes about the spiritual refeeding syndrome. But I'm gonna adapt and get all this stuff, you heard me, with the YouTube. But I gotta just do it. I just gotta start, you heard me. So these first couple of videos, probably for the first couple of months, will probably be boo-boo. But I'm building the catalog, you heard me? And so as long as I stay consistent, God gonna make sure I'm Gucci. And I'm gonna get a mic, you heard me? I'm gonna invest in it. So it's exciting in a sense. I'm not even nervous to do it. The good thing about it, I'm like, if nobody on it, it's like I'm just talking to myself, which I find quite amazing. I can talk all day. So it's almost in a sense I'm talking to the Lord. You feel me? And so I'm trying to stop cussing. I am gonna stop cussing. So it's like y'all won't hear me cussing, but when I'm at home, I'm gonna lie because I ain't gonna lie. But it's neither here nor there. So 7 days post fast. All I can do is sum it up as probably the best experience I've ever had in my life. Understanding that I'm pleasing God, understanding that I'm getting these blessings because God is trying to build me up for when the itch hits the fan. And I say that because when you come out into the world, you gotta be attacked. Like it's the only way to work because it's a real war going on. You heard me? And you gotta choose a side. And I've been on the sidelines so long. I told Kiki, you heard me? I'm like a lunatic for the Lord because I'm kind of crazy, you know? And I kind of like that. So so it's like it's gonna be interesting to see how this all develops. But the best thing about it, you heard me? I was talking to my boy Trav. Been having some real dope conversation with a lot of brothers. This is why I think this discipleship thing is going to be pretty smooth. Talking to my boy Trav, he's like, yo, bro, I've been there. So when I hear people say that I've been there, what rings to my ear is what happened? What happened that if you were at where I am right now, this is a very interesting place to be. Like you have an immense amount of confidence and belief and faith that you can do anything. And I mean, I believe I can literally run through a wall. I keep saying it, and I really do believe that if I got up and ran into that wall, I can go through it. Like that's the kind of faith I got right now, and I'm not joking, right? So, like, what happened? And what I found out, two brothers that said they've been where I am now, is that they took what was happening for them out. They took God out of it. They removed God and just saw the thing as the thing they just had to do, right? And what I've been able to realize that you got to keep the gratitude at the forefront, right? And with gratitude, I got to break it down to you. So with gratitude, it goes like this. I wake up in the morning. I say, what am I grateful for? Grateful that I got breath in my lungs. I got my eyesight, all my limbs and everything. Fingers for land, Jesus working. I look over at Kiki. She's breathing. I cool. Look at Lobo. He breathing. I got to set him because his little body don't be moving. But he move. I'm like, all right, cool. My family's alive. We got shelter, air working. So we got power. And I say, okay, well, I look outside behind me here. This is Lobo's room that I made into my office. But we've been staying here because half of our crib has been blocked off due to that door that God closed on us a week ago, but I opened it today. And I start thinking about all the things I'm thankful for before I look at my phone. And I get so excited and this immense amount of emotions arises because I'm like, man, like God, it's like so much to be thankful for so soon. So by the time I even get into any type of negative energy, I'm already thankful for maybe 25, 30 things, right? And so what I realized when you're just grateful for what you have right now, the way things are going right now, not living in the future, it's like it pleases God because like God is giving you everything you need right now. Don't think about tomorrow. Focus on today. Don't store away riches for yourself. You store away that for your generations to come. So when God bless you with something, utilize it. Utilize it for the things that you want. You feel me? And hey, boy, in 5 minutes, make that popcorn. So it it had me thinking. So if you take God out of it, take gratitude out of it, and God blessing you with everything you have, and you loving it, and eventually, but what if you happen? What if you get blessed so much 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 7 months, 9 months, a year? Can you become blessing blinded? Can you stop looking at the things that God has given you that you've been asking for, that you've acquired? Then you stop appreciating and start thinking about, oh, when I get this, I'm gonna do this. When I get this, now you're living in the future. And I tell Kiki all the time, I have to stay in the awareness of right now. Man, God bless us. Hey, let's go do something. Let's treat ourselves with something today. Hey, you don't cook today. God blessed us with something today. So we gonna chill. Giving thanks for everything. I mean, even the hardships. Like we had some bad news today. I'm thankful for it. Telling you, it sounds crazy if you knew what it was or what happened to us, but I'm thankful for it because that's the visual of like it's happened to us yesterday too. I said thank you because it's God is trying to see if I'm gonna wither, if I'm gonna like kind of faint, I'm gonna fade away, if I'm be afraid, have false evidence appearing real because it may look like a crappy situation, but I don't see a crappy situation because I'm not looking at it with sight. I'm looking at it with my heart and my ears. I know what God said. God gonna take care of all that. I don't have to worry. So if I don't have to worry, that means I'm Gucci, right? So in a sense, I like to call God's bluff. And since I'm not like no Bible thumper, preachy dude, everything I'm doing is like, I'm pretty sure somebody was like, I shouldn't do that. But I like to call God's bluff. God said, so this gonna happen. I know God not a liar. So I'm like, you want me and Jesus to be like this? Cool. About to build this relationship, about to read every day. I love reading the Bible. That's what's so crazy. Because no lie, they call it the good book for a reason. I was like, Kiki, this is why they call it the good book. Because it's really a good book. I actually enjoy reading the thing, you heard me? So reading the Bible is like give you all of the living evidence of what's already happened and what's happening in your life. I'm like, why people don't follow this? And I believe it's because when they follow it, they end up getting everything they want, and then they lose the gratitude aspect of it, and then they have the false evidence appearing real, and then they see turmoil around their life. It puts them in this revolving door. I'm trying to avoid entering that door. So every time we're met with some type of sticky situation, I'm focusing on trusting, like, yo, God, how are you going to move a mountain? Been moving mountains, you heard me? And I find it quite fascinating. This whole idea of being thirsty for righteousness is like kind of cool. And another thing, I got to go to my notes, y'all. So I'm not gonna hold y'all long. I ain't gonna talk long because I want to do some family time. But check this out, though. I was acting like, yo, like, why has it been so easy for me to transfer over and do this stuff that God has asked of me, right? No lie, it's kind of because childlike humility. So Kiki told me, so like, you had this thing when we did ayahuasca. We did ayahuasca in the spring, and I had this visual of a little wolf, like it's a furry animal, and he was like deteriorating. He was looking like a little rat. Ugh, disgusting. And so God put in my heart, like, yo, you need to nurture this child in you. Like that's my childlike version because I've always been a serious person. And I put so many things aside that gave me joy. So I'm like, I gotta be better, I gotta be improving, I gotta be this disciplined person, holding myself accountable. And I used to put the fun aside. I had a lot of fun, I ain't gonna lie. But I put a lot of things aside because I felt that I just wanted a certain life. So God told me you need to have more fun. And no lie. He can hit me with it. So when I got it, when I had to transfer over, I said, God, why has it been so easy for me to do this? And God was like, because you have childlike humility. I was like, what that mean? I'm like, I know I get humility, but what is childlike humility? So I'm gonna break this down to y'all, then I'm gonna spend time with my family because I want to do the family thing. You heard me? And I said I gotta do a video once a week, maybe 2 times. So this is my one, and I'll do another one next week, and we'll go from there. But childlike humility, you heard me? Hopefully y'all can understand me as well too, because my accent sometimes comes out. And y'all might not come understand me, but it's all gravy, man. But childlike humility, let's dive into it. And this is what God got me. You heard me? I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I'm done. You heard me? And I'm done. Childlike humility refers to the pure, trusting, and unpretentious attitude that children naturally exhibit. If you got kids, you need to listen in, baby. And I've been learning this a lot because of my son, right? Because he depends on us for everything. And it says in Matthew 18:3 and 4, you heard me, Matthew, go hard. I'm about to finish it tonight. Truly, I tell you, unless you change and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever takes the lowly position of this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Now, I won't even lie to y'all. The only reason I got into this whole ordeal was because God said his children would inherit the kingdom of heaven. And I saw what was in the kingdom. I said, I want some of that. Like, how I get some of that? Their life look lit. So I went and researched. And then that's how day 16, go look at the video if you want to know what happened. This is when I changed my life over, told, hey, I accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I said, let's get to the kingdom. You heard me? So as I'm diving into this, it was like so easy. Dependence. This is 5 of them. You heard me? We're going to do these 5 and we done. Dependence. Like a child relies on their parents for guidance, provision, and protection. Childlike humility involves recognizing our dependence on God for all aspects of life. I was like, interesting. Lobo look at us. He like, y'all ain't gonna feed me today? Because he can't do nothing. His hands gone and hold up. We depend on God. If you think about what does society tell us all the time? Become independent. Depend on yourselves. Don't depend on nobody else. That's wrong. You heard me? You're not supposed to be dependent on yourself. You're supposed to be dependent on the Lord. When I saw that, I was like, somebody lied to me. They've been leading me astray. The enemy had me wrapped around his fingers because I want to be own house, own car, do my own thing, do it my own way. I was out to living wrong, baby. So, depending on the Lord. Now I do. I depend on God for everything. I be like, Kiki, you be like, what we gonna eat? Whatever God give us, and I'm thankful for it. I'm grateful for it. We got some in that fridge and that freezer. You better whip it up, baby. Because God gave us. I'm thankful for the day. I don't want what I don't have. I want what I have. Because I'm thankful for it. I'm depending on the Lord. Trust. Children instinctively trust those who care for them. Similarly, we are called to trust God's plan, even when we don't fully understand them. How many times y'all have been out there saying, I'm gonna trust you, God, and God be like, I need to take this job from you. I need to take you out of this relationship. I need to move you to another location so I can isolate you. And you still like fighting and resist and don't want to make a change. You wondering why your life is a bowl of doo-doo. It's not, you're not trusting God's plan. It ain't about you. It ain't about how you feel. None of this is about you. It's about you just trusting God to take care of you. And I'm telling you, hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been trusting God like for a long time. But now since I'm course corrected, got my stuff together, like he holding it in my family like crazy. It ain't even about bragging about it. Well, it's kind of bragging because God holding it down because I'm just doing what he asked me to do. But I'm saying, no, not but, and I'm just saying, y'all can have it too. Teachability. You heard me? Teachability. Children are eager to learn and open to instruction. Childlike humility involves being teachable, ready to receive wisdom from God and his word. It's like, oh, that's why this gets so easy. Because I be like, so I'm gonna TMI, I'm gonna give y'all a little TMI. She wanted to drink some wine the other night, and she was trying to hit on me. I ain't even look. Oh, I'm gonna tell y'all that too. She was trying to hit on me. Kiki was trying to hit on me. She was trying to get some. And I was like, girl, I want to read my Bible. I turned my girl down to go read the Bible. I was so eager to see what God was talking about, teaching me, that I was like, I'm about to go read my Bible. And you could go have some wine, I'll drink some with you. But I didn't even realize she was trying to get it popping. And I was like, she told me the next day, and I was like, oh, my bad, boo. You was trying to get it in. Because when you fast, I won't even lie to you, your libido goes down like crazy. You're not thinking about no type of skins. I haven't been turned on in so long, but I've been turned on by the Lord. I want to learn to hop in that Bible. You heard me? So now that I've been out for a week, it does come back. Yes, the earthly desires do come back. And so, yes, look, I'm back normal now. So if she chiming now, she getting got. Right? So being eager to learn, I've been eager to like the thirst for the righteous, thirst for the word. I'm like, I get such cook because it's really a good book. I know that's like it's the good book, but y'all get what I'm saying, right? All right, so simplicity. Children often have a pure, straightforward way of looking at life. Humility means shedding pride, complications, and pretense to embrace simple faith and obedience. Honestly, being prideful has kept me held back for so long. I'm pretty sure it held y'all back before as well. You have this pretense about how things should go, what you should be doing, instead of just trusting and having faith and sitting back and taking the worry away. If you worry, that means you telling the enemy that he has a foot in the game because you worried about what if it don't work out. It always work out for you. Like y'all all have been somewhere and like you was nervous, but it worked out in your favor. And if it didn't, because you probably was living wrong. All right. Last one, awe and wonder. Awe and wonder. A child's sense of wonder reflects a heart that recognizes the beauty, power, and majesty of God. Humility includes maintaining a sense of reverence for God. Now, I can definitely say all of this stuff is true because every time God and came through, like on Saturday, I was like, "Oh my Lord, me and Kiki was up in here dancing. You heard me?" So it's like this journey that we're on. It's only been a week, and for to see things move the way they have, I'm like, God must about to do some crazy stuff. So this past 7 days of seeing the symbolism, understanding how God is moving, what God is requesting of me. It's not like, oh, she said no. So it's like, And I said I've been talking to got a brother that I'm doing this discipleship group with, right? I don't even know how to do none of this stuff. I'm kind of just winging it. Like God just kind of be like, hey, like send me people and we talk about it. We just honestly been I've been geeked up all day talking about the Bible and how it affects in your relationships. Like y'all really could have it all. Like we have the thing like you can't have it all. Oh, it's been on 30 minutes. Oh, I gotta get with my family. Hold on. We like you can really have it all. It's like, but you really don't believe you can, but you have to give up some things. And the giving up the things is not what you really want anyway. Right? You think you want to be out in these streets, but I ain't gonna be BS you. You really don't. You want peace, you want comfort, you want love. You feel me? And it's weird, almost sounds strange. I won't say weird, strange sometimes hearing myself talk because, like, just a year ago before Kiki moved here, a year and 16, 18 months ago, I was in them streets. So I would never tell no brother to be like, yo, you need to get out the streets. Bro, have your fun. But I'm telling you now, it's empty anyway. I had to make a decision straight up. Either move this woman here or just chase skirts for the rest of my life. I had to give up that whole fantasy of like having all these girls all around the world, wilding out. But I was like, the trade-off was a lot better. So, but that's just me. I was just ready to have a different life. But hey, it looked fun out there. I think y'all have a good time. But you're going to choose a side eventually. But there's so many more things I could go about on this. We'll be on here 30 minutes, and I don't be wanting to have lives that's too long. Like, I don't like watching people's lives that's too long because most times it's either about drama. I don't watch drama no more. And who really wants to hear about a dude talking about how God bless him? Except the dude that's talking about it and his lady, right? And probably my mama and probably CJ. So I'm gonna wrap it up right there, y'all. Like I said, like I'm new to this, trying to be true to this. So if you have any insights that can help me further my journey along my journey with growing this relationship with Jesus Christ, I'm all for it. But please come with some context because if you don't, I'm gonna have to check you. Jam. All right. So y'all have a good night. And until next week when we back on here, check out one of the old videos if y'all want to know how day 16 went. Look at day 17. Jam, baby.